Breaking: 24 people are dead and over 150 injured after a massive factory explosion rocks Russia overnight. Good morning, I'm Remo, and this is the Daily Signal for August 19th, 2025. Stay tuned for the rest of the stories.
Unfiltered. Now,
Here are the other top stories for August 19th, 2025. Hamas accepts new Gaza ceasefire proposal after months of devastating warfare. Trump interrupts European diplomatic talks to call Putin directly, shocking EU officials. $25 million pink diamonds stolen in Dubai, thieves caught hours later. Air Canada flight attendants risk jail time defying back-to-work orders. Trump and European leaders unite to pressure Putin into meeting Zelensky. White House summit reveals diplomatic masterclass in courting Trump's influence. Former Israeli intelligence chief declares 50,000 Gaza deaths were necessary. Cambridge Dictionary adds skibidi and other viral slang to official entries. Now let's dive into each story. Breaking overnight, a catastrophic explosion and fire at a Russian factory has killed 24 people and injured over 150 workers. Emergency responders are still battling the blaze as rescue operations continue. The blast occurred at an industrial facility, sending shockwaves through the surrounding community. Over 150 people were rushed to hospitals with injuries ranging from burns to smoke inhalation. Factory workers describe hearing a massive boom before flames engulfed entire sections of the building. Russian authorities haven't identified the cause, but industrial safety experts point to aging infrastructure and lax safety standards as ongoing concerns in the region. This tragedy highlights the dangerous conditions many Russian workers face daily. Why this matters: industrial disasters of this scale often expose broader safety failures and can trigger policy changes affecting thousands of workers across similar facilities. Hamas has accepted a new Gaza ceasefire proposal, potentially ending months of devastating warfare that's killed thousands and displaced millions. Officials from the US, Egypt, and Qatar brokered these latest negotiations. This acceptance comes after the previous ceasefire, which began in January 2025, collapsed on March 18th, reigniting intense fighting across Gaza. The new proposal includes terms similar to past agreements, though specific details remain classified for security reasons. The development represents the most significant diplomatic breakthrough in months. International mediators are now working to secure Israeli acceptance and implement the agreement before hostilities resume. Here's what this means. If successful, this ceasefire could provide crucial humanitarian relief and create space for longer-term peace negotiations between Israeli and Palestinian representatives. In a stunning diplomatic breach, Donald Trump interrupted ongoing talks with European leaders to call Vladimir Putin directly. EU diplomats described the moment as unprecedented and deeply concerning. The phone call occurred during critical discussions about Ukraine policy and European security. European officials were reportedly discussing unified approaches to Russian sanctions when Trump excused himself to take Putin's call. EU sources say the interruption lasted over 20 minutes, during which European leaders waited in a secure conference room. When Trump returned, he provided no details about the conversation's content. This incident reveals the complex diplomatic dynamics as Trump maintains direct channels with Putin while engaging European allies. It raises serious questions about coordination and trust in transatlantic relations. $25 million. That's the value of a rare pink diamond stolen in Dubai. But here's the twist. The thieves were caught just hours later by Dubai police. The heist targeted one of the world's most valuable pink diamonds during a high-security jewelry exhibition. Thieves bypassed multiple security systems in what experts call a professionally executed operation. Dubai's advanced surveillance network and rapid response protocols enabled police to track the suspects within hours. The diamond was recovered intact, and multiple suspects are now in custody awaiting charges. Why this matters? This case demonstrates both the vulnerability of high-value targets and the effectiveness of modern law enforcement technology in recovering stolen goods quickly. Air Canada flight attendants are risking jail time and $1,000 daily fines by defying a government back-to-work order. The labor standoff is crippling flight operations across Canada. The Canadian government issued the order after failed contract negotiations, but flight attendants voted to continue their strike action. Each day of defiance brings $1,000 fines per worker, with potential jail sentences for union leaders. Travelers face massive disruptions as flights are canceled or delayed indefinitely. The dispute centers on wages, working conditions, and safety protocols that attendants say haven't kept pace with industry demands. This confrontation tests Canada's labor laws and could set precedent for future public sector disputes. The economic impact grows as business travel and tourism suffer significant losses. Trump and European leaders are uniting in an unusual diplomatic push, pressuring Putin to agree to direct talks with Ukrainian President Zelensky. This represents a rare moment of transatlantic coordination. The diplomatic offensive combines Trump's direct relationship with Putin and European institutional pressure. Leaders are leveraging both personal relationships and economic incentives to bring both sides to the negotiating table. Sources indicate this represents the most serious peace initiative since the conflict began. The proposed meeting would mark the first direct talks between Putin and Zelensky in over a year. Success could reshape the entire conflict trajectory. Failure might eliminate diplomatic solutions for the foreseeable future, making this a make-or-break moment for peace efforts. Three major themes emerge from today's stories. First, diplomatic breakthroughs are happening simultaneously on multiple fronts, from Gaza ceasefires to Ukraine peace initiatives. Second, we're seeing institutions under pressure, whether Russian factory safety, Canadian labor laws, or European diplomatic protocols. Finally, Trump's influence continues reshaping international relations in unexpected ways. The Putin phone call and European pressure campaign reveal competing diplomatic strategies. While Europeans coordinate through institutions, Trump maintains direct personal channels. Both approaches target the same goal, ending conflicts, but through radically different methods. The factory explosion in Russia and Air Canada strike highlight how worker safety and rights remain flashpoint issues globally. These stories connect broader themes about institutional failures and worker power in 2025. These developments affect global stability, travel plans, and economic markets. The ceasefire could stabilize oil prices. The Air Canada strike impacts travel costs. Putin-Trump dynamics influence international security policies, affecting everyone. Today's stories remind us that diplomacy happens through both official channels and personal relationships. Whether it's EU summits or private phone calls, peace requires every available avenue. That's your daily signal for August 19th, 2025. I'm Remo. Subscribe for tomorrow's breaking developments and share this episode with anyone who needs to stay informed. Until tomorrow, stay alert, stay informed.
Unfiltered. Now.